Hey guys, so today, let me start with, I already know I've already done a foundation video for you guys. Yes, I'm well aware of this, but that was my everyday foundation. And I recently went to Ulta and got some new products, and I'm going to show you guys a more formal foundation and something I would wear maybe if I was taking pictures. So if you're doing a wedding or you have winter formal pictures coming up, prom, whatever it is that you have going on and you need pictures taken, this is perfect foundation routine. It's very flawless and it photographs beautifully. No really white backlash or anything like that. So the first thing I'm going to start with is this is Blue Lotus 4-in-1 I Adore Serum. Intensive hydration plus firms plus brightens plus decreases puffiness for all skin types. This I did not get at Ulta. This, did I say Sephora or Ulta? If I said Sephora, I meant Ulta. This I actually got in my BoxyCharm, which I do get Ipsy, BoxyCharm, and Birchbox. So I get all three of those subscriptions. I want to say BoxyCharm so far is my favorite. I think the one I'm thinking most about canceling, I like Ipsy because I love the bags that they come with. And there's always at least one product that I'm like, okay, I'm glad I paid the it's $10. But Birchbox, the last couple months, I'm kind of rethinking my subscription with them. But knowing me, I'm pretty lazy and I don't want to have to unsubscribe, so I probably won't, but I don't know. Personal opinion, it just depends, really. They've been sending just a lot of like face washes, and it seems like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Now this product I did get at Ulta, and it was a free sample product, and it came with, one second. I didn't want to tell you guys and not show you. So it came with this face peel, and it is Intense C Radiance Peel. I have used this, and so far I love it. My face is very, like, it's not rough. And usually in the winter time, well, it's fall, but really there's no fall. It's just going straight to winter. And my face gets really dry, and if you run your hands across, it'll be kind of rough. And I don't like that texture. This has been taking care of that very well. The only thing is, if you do use that, if you have sensitive skin, I would be very careful with that. Because when I do wear it, it does kind of tend to burn a little bit. And that's why I'm like, okay, it's time to wash it, because I don't want to hurt my skin or anything. And it also came with this 3 Hydrate Protect. Well, this is step 3, I guess. This one doesn't have a step, so I guess it just says 3. 3 Hydrate Protect Murad Hydrodynamic Ultra Moisture. And I use this at night and in the morning, and I love this stuff. It's so little, like little bit of it, and I barely put my finger in there and rub it on my face, and my face is moisturized. I wake up and it's still moisturized. I love that stuff. That I definitely would repurchase. So today we're going to try the Murad Invisiblur Perfecting Shield Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Treats, blurs, and protects. SPF 30 is very important, so I'm liking that. And in my other foundation video, my mind just went blank right now, sorry. My other foundation video, I did go over how I don't like primers because I don't like that silicone feeling that they leave on your face, so I'm hoping this one doesn't do that. But lately I have been using the Nivea Men's Sensitive Aftershave Balm, and I'm loving that as a primer. But I don't like calling it a primer, I like to just call it the in-between, because it's not really a primer. But I am liking that, so, but this, I don't know, let's try it. It does feel very smooth in my hands, like, kind of like a cream or a lotion. And so I'm just putting it where I feel that my pores are larger, and I do have fine lines and wrinkles, things of that nature. And where I think I would normally, if I did use a primer, would apply it. It does feel very good on the skin. It's not silicone-y. Once you put it on, it starts drying instantly, and it kind of just feels like it turned into a powder and kind of just dried into your skin. I don't know. I might like this one. Pretty cool. The next product I got, and we're going to go straight into foundation now, my favorite part, is the Derma Blend Professional. And this is the Cover Cream Titanium Dioxide Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. So this too is SPF 30. It is so, especially with you young girls, you have no idea how important it is to wear sunscreen. Even if you do wear makeup, make sure your makeup has sunscreen. If not, make sure your moisturizer or your primer has sunscreen. I don't care if your face is wider than your chest and you feel like, oh my god, that's not cute. You're going to think it's not cute when you're in your 30s and 40s and your face is jacked up and you got wrinkles, okay? So just make sure you moisturize. So we're just going to take this product, and it's very dense. I have tried it, obviously, but it's just like very densely in there. Like, there's no way you can get some out. I mean, you could rub your finger in there. And I did watch a video because I'd never used this product before. So I watched a couple of videos before I did try it. And I know a lot of them were just rubbing their fingers in there and then applying it. But I have nails, and I don't like getting foundation under my nails. So I'm just going to, it comes with a little spatula. I'm just going to use that spatula and scrape some out. Now I'm going to do one side with my brush and the other side of my face with the Beauty Blender, just so you can see the difference in the two. And I haven't done this before. That one time I did wear this foundation, when I tried it, I used it with just a brush. So I haven't tried it with the Beauty Blender, and I'm actually going to use a Beauty Blender today, not just my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. So what you want to do is not drop all your makeup. That's the first thing you want to do. That's what I get for having all my makeup like all up in my face. I don't know why I have to have it so close to me, like someone's going to take it or something. Crazy lady. So the first thing you want to do is scrape some onto the back of your hand, just like this. Or like I said, if you have bare fingers, you can just do this. I would only suggest that if this is for personal use only. So you don't want to apply it directly to your face in this form. You're going to want to let your hand and your fingers warm up the product. So you're just doing this and you're warming up the product a little bit, and see how the consistency changed. Very creamy, very dense product. So half and half. Let me get my mirror here. This half we'll do with the brush, and the other half we'll do with the sponge. And it goes on like a dream. It's so creamy. The one thing I did find though is that people with really bad acne and things of that nature, or if you do have oily skin, I have seen it very highly recommended that you only use this product as a concealer, since it does have such a great concealing power. That's the only recommendation, but other than that, they said they love it. It is amazing, but they do prefer using their regular foundation that's oil control and only using this as a concealer, because it's not oily, but there's no oil control in it. So I can see and I can feel how soft it is. I could understand how it would get oily during the day if you had oily skin. So again, just like I always do with my foundation, I'm just going to tap it in, and I have a mirror right here, sorry, that's why I keep looking. I'm going to tap it in, and then I'm just going to buff it in. So this is the side, obviously with the brush. Oh, sorry. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm just tapping and then buffing away. Again, I'm still not going to apply any foundation under my eyes or on my eyelid. I don't think I've ever done half my face one way and half my face another way. But I was just really curious to see how the Beauty Blender worked, and I thought, why not in my video let everyone else know how it works too. I haven't used a Beauty Blender to put foundation on in ages, like probably ever since I got my Real Techniques brushes. I have not used a sponge. I just love the way their brushes work, like in love, so I just haven't. So this side is with the brush. It is beautiful, gorgeous, fully covered. And just so you guys know, because this really bugs me with other people's videos, I do not have a filter on my camera. It's just I don't have the best camera setup and the best lighting yet. So hopefully I'm going to get a camera soon. But when I do get to my camera, I promise you I will never have a filter. I will always come on camera true to myself. Even if I have my bad acne days or large pores, whatever it may be, I will never come on camera with a filter. I do sometimes post pictures on my Instagram with a filter, but I'll never do that in a video or on camera. To me, it seems pointless, and there's no point in showing you a video or anything like that if I'm not going to be my true, authentic self. and if in a video I'm trying to show you how to put makeup and cover things and I have a filter on, that doesn't really make any sense. Because I can put a filter over my face and look perfect. And why would I need to put makeup on? So this side I'm going to use my beauty blender, not my beauty sponge, and I'm just going to bounce it on like I normally would. Yeah, definitely with the beauty blender it's a little more difficult to blend out. Like it's not wanting to really blend out. Wow, that's a big difference than I am so spoiled with those brushes. And I'm like, oh, shaky because it's bouncing. So if you are going to use the sponge, you are going to be here a while. Blending, 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 blending. Going to have to tell you that. And it got in my eyes. So yeah, that's just too difficult. I don't recommend using a beauty blender. I recommend using a nice stippling brush to blend it all in. And I think with the brush it looks gorgeous. I mean, so far, just as coverage is concerned, very great coverage. Really gets in the pores. And I seen a girl in her video and she had really bad acne scarring, and what she said she does is she just takes like a concealer brush, and where she has her really bad acne or larger pores, and she just takes that product and takes like a regular concealer brush and just pushes the product into her pores. And so it completely fills up her pores and and then she just goes over and covers them. And I believe that because this product is ridiculous. This is what they used when they did that guy that has the tattoos everywhere and covered his tattoos. They were using these products. Okay, so let's just go straight in and start concealing. And I do have new concealers, which I'm excited to use. Sorry, I'm looking down and wiping my brush off on my little napkin. So we're going to start with the Real Deal Concealer. And this says right there on the bottle, Serious Coverage in Light by Laura Geller. And on the back it says use sparingly, apply by brush or fingertips, and blend lightly. So they had, I believe, 3 or 4 shades. I want to say they had light, medium, medium, deep, and deep. I'm not sure, but I know there was only 3 or 4, and this is the lightest. So no, this is not the lightest concealer in the world, but it's not as dark as it looks. I'm extremely fair, and it conceals perfectly. It doesn't highlight, it definitely conceals though. You want to use very little of this product, like very little. That should last you forever because I have that much, and that's probably going to be too much. And I just want to warm up the product again. Sorry, I hate this camera. I'm going to get my little mirror so I can see a little better. And again, I'm only going to conceal on the areas that I'm going to turn red later, and then if I have any blemishes. So around the nose and the mouth. And when you put this concealer on, it is a little bit tacky, which I think is great to have concealers or foundations that are a little bit tacky. I'm not talking super crazy tacky or anything, but that are a little tacky because that gives the powder something to cling to. And if you have a foundation or concealer that has a bit of tackiness, when you add your powder, it's going to really stick to it and last longer and work a lot better. And when they say serious coverage, they are not messing around, ladies. This is like covered. And I barely used any. Yeah, and that was too much. So I'm going to take my beauty sponge. I have 2, one for powders, one for creams. So I never use the one for creams for powders and vice versa. I just don't like mixing them. It doesn't work well for me. So I'm just going to go in and blend out those areas that I highlighted. Just tapping them through. And hopefully you guys can see it. It's just blowing. Sorry, I wish I had better camera, but you know, you gotta start from the bottom. Start somewhere. Work your way up. Definitely blends out perfectly. I know a lot of concealers, when you start blending, they'll give you that effect of really light where you concealed. So then it tends to make your acne that is more bumpy, I guess. Or if you actually have a bump, really accentuated and show up more. And I hate that. I don't like using that word hate, I apologize. I really don't like that, and this does not do that. So I'm liking that. And I'm just going to take a Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush. This one I use for concealer, and I have another one I use for my MAC Pro Long paint pot for my eyes. And I just like to really get in between my nose, especially with products like this that are more pigmented. If you don't, you'll start developing cakes of product right there in your creases, and that is not going to be cute. And then wherever you have like larger pores, like I have really large pores right here, you can just take the brush, set it on there, and try to hold the brush at the very end. If you hold your brush close, you have more control and you end up pressing harder. So if you hold your brush more towards the end, you have less control, but you don't press as hard, and it works a lot better. And I'll get more in depth with that when I do my eye looks for you guys. Because I notice in a lot of videos when they're showing us how to do foundation looks or eye looks or whatever, but they're not really explaining how to hold your brush and how to use your brush, and that is a big part of how to get your foundation, your eye look, or whatever it is you are using to work effectively. Trust me, how you hold your brushes definitely makes a difference. Now, I'm going to go into my under eyes, and this has to be my holy grail favorite product in the world right now. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I probably talk about it way too much, and it is the ITcosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I have been Instagramming about this like crazy. ITcosmetics actually liked a lot of my photos that I featured this in, so that's like, I ran in there to my husband like, oh my god, ITcosmetics likes my pictures, and he's like, okay, cool. He doesn't understand. He's not a makeup artist. But anyways, I thought it was really cool, and he's so excited. I'm so excited. I am warming up the concealer. In case you're wondering, what am I doing? I don't know if with this concealer you're supposed to, but every time I get concealer in the tube, I just like to warm it up. And two, I feel like it helps mix products that's in there. And this stuff is very thick, so you kind of want to squish it around. And this is the light. I don't know how many, now I have it all over my hands, the packaging, sorry. I don't know how many colors they had because I didn't pay attention to the other ones. I only paid attention to the one I wanted, and that was the lightest one they had for my under eyes. So I'm going to squeeze some of this out, and this is the same as the Lower Geller. Please be careful. You don't want to waste product because you can get crazy, out of control, way too much very quickly with this product. Like, that's probably extremely way too much. So again, like I did with the Lower Geller, I'm going to warm it up. And this product I like to add everywhere I'm going to highlight. So first I'm going to do my under eyes, and then I'm going to highlight with it. This is an amazing highlighter, as well as the under eye cream. So just the same as I would normally apply my under eye cream. I know, right? Look at this stuff. It's just like, bam, your under eye is perfect. It is a little bit tacky, so don't think there's something wrong with your product or anything if you get it and it's a bit tacky. It is normal. It's just the way this product works. So what I'm going to do, because I have not had this product that long, so I'm not 100% familiar with anything that can go wrong or anything, I like to blend out one eye and then do the other eye, because I'm not sure how this product works after it's been sitting for a couple seconds. I will try that out here soon. Sorry, I don't know why I was looking down so far. And let you guys know if you can get away with letting it sit while you do the other eye and apply it everywhere else. So just blend it out, and then I just take it off of my eyelid, because like I said in my other video, I don't like to have any concealer or foundation on my eyelids. That is amazing, and when you apply powder, it gets even better. I'm so serious. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. I don't know why I'm so stuttery today. It has just been one of those weeks, and today's Thursday. that has just been a rough one. A lot going on. I really wanted to have a video up in the beginning of the week, and I'm just starting, and things aren't working, and it can get quite, and it has nothing to do with this, but other stuff going on. Just day-to-day life stuff. A lot's going on right now. And then Thanksgiving's coming up, and Christmas, and I'm not a big, I don't know. I like those holidays, but I like them for the right reasons, not for the manufactured reasons. So I'm just going to add this under where I'm going to later add my contour, just to highlight under my, or on my jawline. And you can also take it on your sponge, which sometimes I do that too. I'll just pick some up on my sponge, and then just place it wherever I want to highlight. And that gives you a little bit of lighter texture, which is perfect for highlighting, so you don't get too sticky or too thick. Because where you highlight, it's not necessarily, you aren't really wanting to conceal, you're just wanting to bring out those areas. So this is kind of a very, well, it's not kind of, it is a very thick product to use to highlight, but it just works so phenomenally. Sometimes I just don't care that it is so thick, because it works. And in my whole 16 years with my license, 30 something years being alive, just leave it at that, I've never ever had a concealer work this well, ever. Especially on my under eyes. So we are concealed to death. Like, I am literally, I feel like I have so much makeup on, but I don't. I mean, looking at myself, I look like I have too much makeup on, I gotta take it off. But I don't. It's very lightweight. It feels like I have nothing on at all. And once powders are set, does not look anything. So right now I look like a good ghost. So I'm going to take my Stay Matte Long Lasting Press Powder and my dusting and powder brush in the Vintage Cosmetic Company. And I'm just barely putting any on and pressing it in. And remember that rule of letting your foundation sit for a minute, and then you could use less product, and then you won't get that really cakey look. If you let your foundation and concealer dry up a little bit, it won't need to soak up so much powder. So therefore you won't have to use so much powder. And it just makes things a lot easier, and that flawless look even flawlesser, if that's a word. But not get that real cakey, like, oh, she's got some makeup on, you know. Which I don't care if people are like, oh, she has makeup on. Whatever. I don't mind. I mean, it's obvious that we're all wearing makeup. Nobody's faces look. I don't know anybody that was born with a smoky eye, and I don't know anybody that was born with a perfectly contoured face, or with brown cheeks, because they contoured their face. Nobody. And my husband doesn't get it, because he'll be like, your face is like this color, and then right here it's like a different color, and right here's a different color. Like, it's called a contour. Was it supposed to be like that? Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. So that's why I hate when girls or women or just people in general are like, well, men like it like that. They don't know the difference. They don't care. And then, honestly, no, they don't. Girls, you are not putting makeup on for men. You are putting makeup on for other girls. Let's just be real. So I'm just taking this Sugar Box Powder Cake. I need more. And it is a Sugar Box Skin Super Stage Powder Cake 01. I got this off eBay, so I don't even know if I can get it anymore. And I just randomly purchased it, and it is crazy pigmented. I love it. But it is kind of cutting my sponge from being around the edge, so that's a sign like, no, you can't do that. I need more. So first thing I do to set my under eyes, because I haven't set my under eyes yet. Don't set your under eyes with loose powder. You're going to end up creased and looking crazy. So I'm going to take my cream beauty sponge first. And I already have powder on my powder sponge. And I'm going to tap that out, getting rid of any creasing that I created by looking up a bunch of times. And then I'm going to take my powdered one and I'm going to set it. And that is how you're going to prevent creasing. And I'm pretty sure I just got powder in my eye, which is not good for my contacts. But I will make it. I will survive. Well, now I'm going to do this side. Just looking up. Getting rid of all the creasing. And then set. And setting is very important with that ITcosmetics. It is very thick and creamy, so you have to set that concealer, not foundation. You definitely have to set it. If you don't set it, it's going to be weird and creasy and greasy looking, and it's not gonna be cute. I don't know why you wouldn't set it. I don't know. But people are weird and don't want to use powder, then I definitely suggest you not using that. So you could just stop here and then go on to contour and do your eyes, whatever else you wanted to do, and you'd be perfectly fine. But that's not me. I gotta bake. So now, if you wanted to stop here, you can go ahead and stop watching the video, go on to the next video, go about your life and do what you need to do. But right now we're gonna bake. So I'm gonna use my Air Spun Loose Face Powder in the color Naturally Neutral because, as I mentioned in my other video, the color Translucent, it's not translucent. Not even close to translucent, actually. I don't even know why they can say it's translucent because it's not. Okay. This stuff, when I say it's loose powder, I'm not just like exaggerating or kidding. It goes flying everywhere. And I always have a fan on because for some reason lately I'm just hot all the time. And it's weird, it's getting cold, so I don't know why I'm so hot. But the fan will blow this. Half of the dust in this area of my house is not dust, it's makeup. So I'm going to take my powdered only Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I'm going to dip it in there. And remember, with our first layer, it really needs to be pressed in. So that's the most important part of baking, is really pressing in that first layer. Otherwise, you're pretty much wasting your time. So really pressing in that first layer. And I know I've already went over baking, but just in case. And then after that, you can go in and add however many layers you want to the bake. Okay, so that's it. In my next video, I definitely need to do a scrub on my lips right now. This is another two-part video. The next video, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to heavily contour or more contour for our more glamorous look, because I do need to let this set for like 10 minutes. I definitely suggest the 10 minutes on this one because you really want to have nice highlighted features. So if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. If you have any ideas for any upcoming videos, let me know, or looks you would like to see, or something you're not sure how to recreate for yourself and maybe you have questions, leave that all down below and I will definitely get back to you on any of that. And I will see you guys in my next video.